Basketball fans, welcome into Canada's home for Talking Hoops. This is the Hangout as we do our very special finals look back and ahead. Game 1 is over. I am Akil Augustine, and we are here inside the Air Canada Centre with our three favorite basketball minds. I'm lying. But Dad Gladman is here, producer of the Toronto Raptors broadcast, but now you're on summer vacation. What you going to do with yourself?
I'm hanging out here on the couch with you and, maybe watch some soccer games, a little TFC.
Try to score some tragically hip tickets, obviously.
That's apparently impossible.
Okay, all right. And then we got Vidal Massiah, one of the top basketball trainers, a man who's very involved in the AAU scene and the summer scene with the kids. Why you eyeballing me so hard, bro? Like, what's good?
Just waiting on it, man. I'm waiting on it. Go ahead.
What, the shots?
Go ahead. I'm waiting on it. I'm ready.
You good, baby. You good with me, man. I got number love for you, bro.
I got you.
All right. And a guy who refuses to show up on set on time.
I tried today. I really did.
Third consecutive time you showed up late. Everybody's favorite radio personality and my backup at Jurassic Park. Thank you for holding us down. Devo Brown, what's up? You good?
Yeah.
Can we fine him for being late?
Yeah, we probably could. But you know what? Let's jump into
expected, though.
It kind of is. But let's jump into it, guys. The Golden State Warriors won 104-89 in Game 1 of their best-of-7 series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the average fan, when they look at the box score and they see a big win by the Golden State Warriors, they expect to see numbers on the board for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. But that was the least amount of points they scored all season combined. My question to you, was that more a result of the Cavs' defense, or were Steph and Klay cold? Or maybe were they just letting the other guys go off?
Maybe it's the double standard that is LeBron James.
Okay,
guess what?
You can't just go into a LeBron James answer already.
I'm just saying, they played the worst game of the playoffs, both of them combined, and no one's talking about it.
Well,
no one talked about it during the game.
Okay, hold on.
No one mentioned it. As long as the Warriors were winning.
They won the game, so
that's why the
there's
Hangout
other
exists,
things to
right?
talk about.
I mean, I get that, but obviously the game plan was to shut those guys down.
Yes.
It worked, but the other guys stepped up and beat them. But that is a double standard there. No one's talking about these guys. I'm glad you're bringing it up.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the show talking about it because it needs to be discussed. They got to show up. And when they don't, they should be scrutinized the same way LeBron is.
Even when they win a game by double digits?
Absolutely. Why not?
This is ridiculous.
Why not?
Can I just say that
Why is no
LeBron
one
James
talking about
is a champion of, Vidal Massiah is a champion of LeBron James.
No. I mean, guys, this is factual. He's the most scrutinized athlete of all time in the history of sport.
You realize
win,
that
lose,
did
or
that to
indifferent.
himself
win,
when he
lose, or
went to
indifferent.
Miami.
People have something to pick at, something to
He
say.
brought that
Here's
on
a case
himself.
where two guys, one being the reigning league MVP, does not show up, and during the game, it's like crickets.
But
Because-
if those guys aren't there, the rest of the team don't get those shots.
They're
They
like
don't
a
get those
distraction,
looks.
yes?
These guys are commanding double teams every time. They're overplaying them, the back cuts and everything. They're so focused on them that Sean Livingston can just go shoot over everybody.
Yeah.
Because no one can guard him. He's too tall in that position.
And they've won 86 games with regular season and playoffs. So they had an off night. Their team picked them up. They still won the game. Look, if it goes on and they're bad in Game 2 and Game 3, then you put the microscope on them. But right now it was one
That's the
game.
thing.
Man.
I'm taking nothing
One
away
game.
from what they've done this season. It's a historic season. They broke records. They came back from down, 3-1. It's a fantastic team. But the fact that the microscope's not on them
You have an
yet,
axe to grind today.
It's one
It was,
game
it
that
was
they
evident.
won.
Your
Here's what I
axe to
learned
grind
last
was
night.
evident last
Here's-
night.
here's
at
what I
St.
learned
Louis,
last
at
night.
Nape and Danforth.
Here's what I learned
'Cause
last
You told me
night.
you were going to do this on
I
Sunday.
learned this last night. Do not watch a Cavs game with LeBron haters. You're not watching the same game.
I wasn't hating on him.
I didn't say you were, but you're not watching the same game.
Hey, guys, okay.
The haters watching LeBron James.
But you realize I asked
Everyone
you a
else is watching the
question.
game.
I asked you a question about
And
the
I
Golden
addressed
State
it.
Warriors.
Yeah, and I addressed
And
it.
you did.
I'm giving credit. I'm giving credit.
He
I'm
addressed
giving
it.
credit.
Kind of
He
addressed
addressed
it.
something.
I'm giving
Yeah.
credit
So
to
here,
the
okay,
Lord.
let me throw a different question, Devo.
Yeah.
Steph Curry and Klay did not play like their traditional selves,
Mm-hmm.
but the bench showed up. You mentioned Sean Livingston balling out, rising above the defense in the paint, shooting those shots. Can they continue to play at this clip and this pace for the rest of this series?
Bench, no chance. They
No
got 40
chance.
45 points on 32 shots, no chance. That's not going to happen again.
We co-signing this, Dan?
No.
You think the
course
bench
they
is going to
can.
continue to do that? Drop
Look at
45
Cleveland's
points?
bench. The Warriors have so much more depth
I
with
agree.
championship pedigree. Sean Livingston could score 20 a night in the regular season on almost any team in the
That's
league.
not his character or makeup, I don't think. That's
I'll
the
take
problem.
I'll
mean,
take
he's
him
a
over
high-level decision
Dellavedova.
maker.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cleveland
And I
has
think
no
the
depth.
shots- I think the shots he took last night, he made them, but more importantly, they were the right decision.
I
And that's
agree
how
with
he
that,
plays. So he is very
Livingston,
capable of
yes,
actually.
But for Iguodala to shoot a high percentage, for Barbosa to go
Iguodala
5
is
for
the
5.
five.
MVP of the
MVP.
finals
I
last
mean,
year.
I'm going for the Cavs, but I gotta be
He
real.
knows
Like,
something against this team.
Iggy's
in
a
this
big-time
matchup.
player, former All-Star,
He's
He's
former
not going to shoot at a high
USA
percentage.
basketball
All
Okay,
guy.
gentlemen, I love the energy everyone's bringing here. Vi's talking over everybody. No one's saying
I'm
nothing.
tired of the LeBron hate.
Okay, quickly, you
Well,
mentioned
maybe he
shots.
can win then.
Vi, quickly, you mentioned shots. Let's bring some shots numbers
ahead,
up.
let's go.
All right, so you got 60 field goal attempts from the big three, meaning LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. You got 25 shot attempts if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers from the other guys. And in that 25, 11 of those are Tristan Thompson attacking the glass and going up for alley-oops. What needs to change about those numbers there, or nothing at all?
The game plan. Tyronn Lue needs to come up with a new game plan. First and foremost, LeBron has to move off the ball.
Okay.
He cannot handle the ball, create the offense, distribute the offense, initiate the offense.
Are we all agreeing with LeBron
and then
off the
get
ball?
it back
That's the
to
answer?
score. It's
Dan?
not going to work.
LeBron off the
No,
ball?
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, totally.
I'm going
I kind of agree. I got
to
it.
go back to the finals last year, and I think Cleveland, without Kyrie and without Love, through 6 games last year and the 1 game we saw last night, I think they were better with LeBron completely dominating the ball and initiating the offense at every turn and making every decision. I don't, from what I saw last night, I don't
That was
think
last year, though.
I agree
That's
with
the
Vi.
thing.
But
I
even
agree. And
last
that,
night-
they were feistier
But that
last
was
year.
last year, and this is a whole new year. And this Warriors team's a better team. The Cavs team now have their big three back, and the floor balance is different. The game plan has to change.
Okay, let me ask
clearly.
Devo something.
But
Are you-
LeBron isn't different than he ever has been. He needs to take over the game. They're sitting back and
That's
letting
what we were saying
LeBron
last
take
night.
shots, and they're not.
I
doing that.
agree,
He
Devo.
needs to just go.
Well, how
and
do you
go
do
and
that
go.
if you're initiating the offense?
Okay, quickly now, Devo, let me throw this at you. If this trend of play continues throughout this series, where does the fault lie if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you put the blame on arguably the best player of his generation, LeBron James, or does the fault lie with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, who are basically Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh of this team?
Oh, man, I don't want to put all the blame on LeBron, but since he's kind of the coach as well, sorry,
And the
Coach Lou,
GM.
I would say, yeah, you got to put it on LeBron.
Really?
He's-
You're going to put more blame
He's
on LeBron?
1-6 in game ones. He's been there 7 times. There's a trend here.
But
man.
the one consistent thing about the 7 times he's been there is him.
He's been there. I
Him.
know.
It's been him.
He's
6
been there.
times.
But he's coming out of the East.
All right, close
and
this round up quickly, guys.
It might be a little bit easier. Look,
Oh, disrespect. Bye.
LeBron,
You were killing the people
LeBron
for
is
that
one
last
of the-
night.
is one of the best players we've ever seen. But at
Thank
some
you, yeah.
point, if he loses the finals this year and is 2-5 in finals, he will have to answer to that.
All right, okay, that's it. That wraps up the first quarter. An intense
Wraps
first
up the
quarter.
LeBron
It was
hate.
like, shut up, bye, man. I'm talking. Jeez, you talked over everybody else. Like, give me a chance, bro.
I'm just tired of it.
Break it up, you
Sick of
two.
it.
All right, we'll be back with more of Canada's Home for Talking Hoops. This is the Hangout. This is a dramatic reenactment of what Vi was feeling last night. God, damn it! Jeez, these LeBron haters. Oh,
man.
we'll be back with more Hangouts. Urgh.